What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Game Changers Podcast. It's your boy Known G. I'm in here with Boss Man Jay and the Straight Shooter. Tonight, we about to be getting into NBA playoff talk. We're going to be getting into the Cavs, Detroit, and the Spurs and T-Wolves, and see, what we think is going to happen in their Game 6s, and talk about the previous games and just our opinions on what we think is going to end up happening with those, and also some combine talk and some talk around the league that the players that's coming out of college ain't really trying their hardest to really make it into the league. But we're gonna start it off with this game. What was it? The previous game, was it the game 5?
Was that game 5? Yeah, I think that was game 5.
Yeah, game five.
Finally showed up. He showed up, no.
Yeah.
Hey, my wife is a big Harden fan, and I know Straight Shooter. That's why we brought Straight Shooter on here to get his raw reaction to your boy Harden, who oftentimes goes silent in the playoffs, which I thought this was gonna be another one of those years. I ain't lying. It looked like he had to look in his eyes like he was ready to quit it, ready to go on vacation and go holler at Look Baby and meet me at somewhere. But
Yeah.
showed up game 5. Cade Cunningham fucked up at the end of. We're gonna get to that. But right now, Harden did show up. 30 points, 8 rebounds, and I can't even see what else that is. But yeah, he showed up. What y'all think about it?
Yeah, I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. That's what Cleveland thought he was good to bring him over from the Clippers. Me and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people were skeptical of the move. Like, I mean, Harden's gonna get there. He might put up some points. They'll probably get in the playoffs. They won't probably be contenders, even though they do got Donovan Mitchell. I love Donovan Mitchell as a player. I love his offensive bag. I've said that multiple times on the show, but both those guys never come off to me as winners. Yes, Harden was getting to the Western Conference Finals with the Rockets, with Chris Paul, but to me, that's where he peaked at. And everywhere else he's been at, to me, just kind of, he could score the ball, but it never was the Rockets. It never was that James Harden Rockets, yes, because of the rule change, but also it's just like, it seems like he'll lose interest in the game, or he won't give you his all to really.
I'm gonna keep it real now. It looked like he threw that other game. It looked like he threw game 4, man. It looked like he threw it, bro.
That's what I mean.
He was past the defender, and then he would go. Like, he wouldn't even go toward the rim. He wouldn't even look at the rim. He wasn't trying to score. He wasn't being, smart with the basketball, and he kept turning the ball over.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you show up in game 5.
Yeah.
Let me chime in. I feel like he played too passive to me. Like, it's not, at times it's like he just played away and like put it on his teammates' shoulders. And he the superstar. He's supposed to be taking over the game at any moment. And then sometimes he wait till too late and then be missing clutch shots. And I don't know. He had me at the edge of my seat last night watching the game. Like, I was scared as hell because I really wanted him to win, but he was flopping and looking for fouls, and I was like, man, this ain't James Harden. I know.
Yeah.
Definitely was flopping.
Yeah, and that's where I think a lot of fans who followed him and who watch the NBA have a problem with, because he was getting a lot of those style of calls in Houston, but we know once the NBA tightened up on that a little bit, he kind of faded away there in Philly, and then he went to from in Brooklyn, Philly, and then when he went to the Clippers. But he still has the offensive package. I just think people really want to see him do more to take over games and to win the games and go far into the playoffs and take a team to the championship. And with Donovan Mitchell, you would think he should be able to do it. Because, I mean, in my opinion, when Donovan Mitchell gets to going, he probably the best offensively in the league at certain points. I
got a problem with him.
At certain points, not the whole time, but at certain points he could look like damn near the best offensive player when he gets going. So they really shouldn't have a problem getting Cleveland over the hump, but it's just certain ways they play at the end of games where you're like, man, I don't know if they can get there. And so when they did what they did against Detroit last night, even though a lot of people didn't like to play the rest of the some of the calls at the end of the game, Cleveland still did what they were supposed to do to win the game, and that's what fans want to see Cleveland do, and James Harden and Donovan Mitchell do at the end of the game.
But bro, my problem with Donovan Mitchell is that he plays hero ball. He if he's hitting shots, yeah, he'll put up what did he put up in the second half the other game. He put up 39. If he's hitting those shots, yeah, he can go out. Like you said, he one of the best in the league. And my thing with him is when he not hitting those shots, bro, he'll start trying to do. He got all the, he got the bag work. He'll do all that stuff. We saw Donovan Mitchell put what was up boy name? Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris, yeah, put him in the blender.
Put him in the blender. Put his ass on the floor, like literally. Put Tobias Harris on the floor. But my thing with him is, man, bro, he'll try to do all these step backs and all these fadeaways and these hero ball shots, but just let the game come to you, and it'll be easier because it looked like he's like pressing. He was doing the Jason Tatum thing, basically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He like trying to make it obvious that he's the best player. And don't get me wrong, I like him, and I like his little move of, when he picked the ball up and basically bounced the ball over the cradle dribble thing. Yeah, that's damn near unstoppable. But Donovan Mitchell got to prove something, bro. I don't like he in the same category as James Harden to me.
That's what I'm saying. And with them being teammates is crazy because they pretty crazy. Much, yeah, in a sense, I'm not gonna say they got the complete same story, but they got a similar story as players.
Very similar. Similar.
But as a fan, though, what I really want to see James Harden come out and just play big boy basketball, make the shot, take the shots. I don't even care if he miss them, but just go up strong and, but he be going up clumsy. Like, I be like, some of that stuff, them step back, that's pattern. He gonna do that. But some of them shots when he was leaning all until people trying to get a foul at 3-point line, man, just go up strong and make the shot.
Yeah.
Like you putting up 30, you can put up 45. You stop looking for the extra calls.
Yeah.
I think he's so good at basketball that he figured out his little glitch. We talked about that Houston James Harden. He figured out that glitch, and the NBA had to change the rules, literally change the rules to, bring him back down to earth, really. Because as soon as that rule changed, bro, he was back to. Now, don't get me wrong. He's so good at basketball, he can roll out of bed and get 20 points. You know what I'm saying? James Harden can. So that wasn't the thing, but him getting the 40s and 50s, they went away. That went away. You know what I'm saying? But let's look at this game specifically. Game 5. Marcus, Straight Shooter talked about how he just wants to see Harden play basketball and stop going out to all these fouls. Listen.
Kaboom. Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka. Mark drives. Mark shoots.
Cavaliers definitely feeling it. Harden with the step back. But to me, bro, I hate to be critical of people in a win, but man, bro, why y'all didn't do this game 4? Game 4, you look scared.
Yeah.
So
it's just the inconsistency. It's just the inconsistency of James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. Like I said, that's their similar trait is throughout their careers and inconsistency.
I feel like too he be holding back. I be feeling like like they used to say about Jalen Hurts, like when he gotta do it, he'll do it. But sometimes it don't work out like that. But if he feel like he ain't got to do it, he just hold back and pass the ball all night. You know, and be like, bro, you a star. You supposed to be taking charge.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it does feel like he's trying to wait on somebody else to win the game sometimes. Go ahead, no.
yeah, and I think it just points that, man, it's hard to be a leader, man, in the NBA. I mean, it's not easy to be a leader. That's why you only see so many players look like the leader of their team. Not so many people just look like the leader. They gonna lead and take charge of the game and do what they got to do to win. It's not easy to do that, and it's a lot easier to disappear in the big moments. So,
And let's look at the flip side of this. Let's remember that this was in Detroit, bro. Detroit should not have lost this game, bro. It all came down to the end, overtime, where Detroit went cold. The Cavs hit a couple shots, and it was over. Quick.
Corner to Mitchell. Fake. Sidestep. Three-pointer. It's good. Donovan Mitchell. Huge three-pointer. His first of the game. He was 0 for 7 on the turnover. Strus comes up with it. Inside to Mitchell. Banks it home.
Turnover, that was a bad turnover, K, right there. That was one of the biggest turnovers of the season right there, man.
yeah.
At the worst time. So the Pistons gotta show us something too. They gotta go to Cleveland and get a win because Cleveland came to Detroit and did that. So if you got any chance of beating the Knicks,
Yeah, and I mean, we
these
know that Cade and the Pistons were shaky even in that first round. I mean, they almost got bounced by the 8th seed. The Magic almost got them up out of there because
man, I forgot about that.
they play inconsistent. So, yeah, I still see the Knicks being either one of these guys. I think the Knicks got too many. I think they got the best complete team along with OKC.
Exactly. I think that's the consensus around the league right now. Everybody who watches basketball, we kind of seeing that OKC has the inside route, but don't count out them Spurs because we did see the Spurs against the Timberwolves kind of look unstoppable, man. At a certain point, what do you even do? How do you even guard Wemby? These guys, and if anybody else show up, it's like, hey, that's just icing on the cake.
Hey, but I saw something about Wimble though. Wimble ain't the strongest when it comes to frustration. You know, he capable of fouling out. He capable of, getting ejected.
Oh, hey,
he
capable of laying the smackdown.
He'll lay the smackdown. But what I'm saying is, you get somebody in there with a Dennis Rodman mentality that can get under his skin. Draymond Green, so that kind of mentality. Give him throw them balls like he did. He can get ejected. But he is a beast, though.
He's so tall, bro. He's too tall. Yeah. It's unfair.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, somebody gonna think to play to their advantage. You know what I mean? You get under his skin, you push him around a little bit, you shove him a little bit, you get him angry, and make him do something foolish, and then get him out of there 2-3 games. He should have been ejected. He should have been ejected. He should have been suspended.
That was my question. That was my question for you right there. How many games should he have been suspended?
He should have been. I would have took one game. I would have took 1 or 2 games. But for the NBA not to suspend him for elbowing that man in the face, like, bro, what message are they sending?
Yeah, I mean, and to a similar elbow, the Ron Artest elbow on James Harden. I think Ron Artest basically got suspended for a whole series, like 7 games.
7 games.
So okay, let's just put this all in perspective now. Ron Artest got that 7 games. Why? Because at that time in the NBA, we already know Ron Artest was looked at as the big bully in the NBA. He was probably number 1 bully of the NBA. He had, he had the big bully, I'm gonna beat you up, I'll do whatever to you type of image. And David Stern was still the commissioner. So the way he was always trying to lay down the law, like he did on AI and so many other players. So when he did that, it was like, oh yeah, we gotta show that you can't do nothing of that. And it was clear, Ron Artest was on pure BS. He screamed and he knew Harden was right there and he just cocked back, elbow.
I think it was a little different though. It was a little different. Because these guys were actively, you know what I'm saying, trying like straight shooter said. They were roughing Wemby up, and I think that was the plan. And it was during the course of a play. The one with Ron Artest, it was after the play. And let's not forget, this was the question I had. Why the hell was James Harden walking up to that man like that? You supposed to be getting the damn ball. James Harden was bullshitting, bro. James Harden walked up just to get smacked. So that's the difference in those situations to me in my mind, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but Wemby, he should have been suspended one game. He should have been suspended one game. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, come on now. Wemby right there. Wemby already knew. He said, "Yeah, I'm about to get him off me."
He looked him in the eye. He looked him in the eye.
He said, "I'm gonna get him right up off me. He going to play. I'm gonna get him off me. Put that elbow right in that chin." So,
But that's what I'm saying. You got other players that's watching it, and they know they can get under the skin like that. You know, like, I don't really see him finishing out the playoff every game. But like somebody gonna get under the skin, he gonna do something else crazy. Then he didn't even understand what he had done. You know, he's sitting on the bench talking about what's going on or what I do. Like bro.
man,
Yeah, he was playing dumb.
he knew what was up. He looked right at Naz Reid, right in his face, and he lined that elbow right up. Bow. You gotta at least suspend him 1 or 2 games, because now you make him look like. Now you look at him like the poster child. So I mean, imagine looking at that and you Draymond Green.
But
And
that's
he
his
don't-
first time. No, come on now.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Wait, this is
But
my
I'm
first
saying
time.
though, it don't matter if it's first time. This ain't
Yes, it
fourth.
does. Yes, it does.
This ain't.
Yeah,
this ain't-
You gotta consider Draymond Green. You know what I mean? You gotta when this come up, you gotta think about him and all the ejections he had.
They don't even get the benefit of the doubt because they habitual offenders.
I'm just saying though, man. The problem is that we all could see it with our own eyes and know that he literally just cocked back and elbowed this man in his face. I don't give a damn if you've been getting hacked or you've been whatever. You're supposed to keep your composure. I don't give a damn if it's your first time or whatever. Keep your composure, man. You know?
No, if the referee not protecting you, protect yourself. What the fuck? Hell no.
I'm not saying not.
I'm not a
I
corner
said not
seeker.
protect yourself. I'm saying I don't care if it's his first time that he did something. He's supposed to get suspended because at the end of the day, you're not supposed to do that. Even if you are protecting yourself, you ain't supposed to just blatantly elbow nobody in the face. I'm just saying.
Right.
So
First
you
time
at
you
least
get caught
got
without
1 or 2 games. That's all I'm saying.
right. First time you get caught driving without a license, you get a ticket.
That's
You know,
what I'm
yeah,
saying. That's what
everybody
we
gonna be
talking about. Like,
You get a ticket, you don't go to jail. You don't go to jail.
Right.
You get a
man,
ticket.
this ain't jail. It's a suspension.
Well,
He got
suspension.
kicked out the game. What else you want? He got kicked out the game.
Yeah, but I
And
just
it was his
suspended,
first
man.
offense.
He's
It's his
supposed to
first
get
offense. If you go commit a felony right here today, they gonna your lawyer is gonna argue that it's your first offense. You're not usually
Okay.
in stuff like
Shit,
this.
your ass still
This
might
is
go
not-
to jail. So hey, that don't mean nothing. That
In the
means
justice system,
you
for the
can
most
still
part,
go to jail. Shit,
they still you can,
I'm
but
saying is-
for the most part you don't.
I'm not saying you can protect yourself. You're supposed to protect yourself. You ain't supposed to let nobody just beat you down in the game. But the man blatantly elbowed a man in the face. For Adam Silver to give him
We've
1
seen a
or 2
lot of
games suspension will not hurt. Will not hurt. People will know you just can't go out there and just elbow anybody in the face.
Hey
That's
man,
it.
go Spurs, man. Go Spurs, man. We need this man in the playoff now. Because if he wouldn't, I would be on this podcast right now saying the NBA is boring as hell. I'm tired of this shit. And it's like, let's just be real. Let's just be real. That's it. And I know I would. I would be definitely saying that. Man, I don't want to watch this shit. Wemby game. I didn't pay to watch this. Motherfucker sit on the sideline. So
So let me ask y'all this though. Do you think Ant can get can win tomorrow night? Do y'all think they can pull a game to pull it to a game 7, or you think Spurs
hurt,
gonna wrap it up?
it hurt, bro.
I think it's going 7, man. I think bad, man. Bad. I can't count them out.
I like to
He
see
even
the
said
game
it. The
forever.
game that they won, you remember he said that he told the rookie, if my knees were good, you would have been dunked on. He's hurt. He said everybody know it. He hurt.
So Ant's playing hurt, huh? I didn't hear that.
Both knees hurt.
That's not good, man. Ant, what, 24? 20, 24, 25? Man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, them bad knees, though. That's a quick way to end a career.
I'm saying he young. He already both his knees already hurting.
Yeah, that's a quick way.
D-Wade ring a bell?
Right.
yeah.
But back to them Spurs, man. I'm excited to see what they gonna do. Like Stephon Castle, they got a support cast out of this world.
Yeah, they do.
Really can be that third best player. It's like you go from Sacramento, where you're the number one player and you have nothing else around you, to being a part of a young ascending team. That's they're gonna be in the mix for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
They've got a style that makes you smile. It's fun to watch play basketball. San Antonio on the way to a 3-2 lead.
3-2, up 3-2 on Minnesota. I don't see Ant coming back. I don't see a game 7. I just see the Spurs moving along. And to be honest, I've been saying this all year long. You know it. The Western Conference Finals will be the finals, because the Knicks not gonna do anything in the East. Whoever come out of the East, the Knicks or the Cavs or anyone, I don't see anyone else doing anything against OKC or the Spurs. So the Western Conference Finals, I feel like that's gonna be the finals. The winner of the Western Conference Finals is probably gonna get their championship.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because either you're gonna go up against SGA and he's gonna get all the calls, and you ain't gonna be able to stop the rest of the OKC supporting cast, or you're gonna go up against Wemby, and nobody in the East can guard Wemby. Obviously, Karl Anthony Towns is probably your best bet, and he ain't about to do nothing with Wemby. So, yeah, definitely, I see the West taking it.
Yeah. They talked about Chris Finch, the coach of the Timberwolves, said, he up the creek too, because a lot of his guys are hurt, and you trying to think of a system to kind of box Wemby in, and the only thing you can tell them guys is to go out there and foul him. Yeah. What else can you do? Meet him at the rim?
Yeah, the modern day hack a Shaq. The Jordan rule, modern day Jordan rules type thing, where a player is just I guess I had to put it more with Shaq, but because of the size of being so imposing on the court, what are you, like you said, what else are you gonna do? That's what led to him. That he's gonna get, players are gonna do what they got to do to try to win the game, especially in playoff time. So we gotta hack you. We gotta do little things that the ref might not see. Guess what? We about to do it, because I seen one where Ant was just holding on to his jersey all the way. Because what could he do? Like he blocked Ant's shot, and Wemby just took off down and then Ant just grabbed that jersey.
But the game changed so much now, man. It don't even work, because these big men shoot threes. Like, these big men caught on and learn how to shoot. So I don't even know if that'll work.
Yeah, because he a 3-level scorer at this point. Wemby is.
Yeah, he's a guard. Dude be doing everything. Dude be bringing the ball up, spin move, crossover, pull up.
Hey, straight shooter just said it. He said it. The game has changed so much. Because remember when Anthony Davis came in and we were like, yo, yeah, he can do everything. Yeah, he really a guard. And now we look at Wemby, it's like, he's even more a guard than Anthony Davis was, and taller.
It is crazy. You'll look at the game, you're like, this dude's supposed to be 6'4", 6'5" doing this.
Yep. And then crazy part is, bro, he got a brother on the way. Like, he got a bro. There's another Wemby somewhere. He coming.
And it's crazy. We talking about him, and you got Giannis. You got
Everybody.
Giannis. And Giannis didn't even make the playoffs this year. Like, so
What they gonna do with Giannis, man?
I don't know. I mean, I know we were talking off the show that Giannis and LeBron are the two big questions going into next season. Where they might land, if LeBron's going to actually throw in the towel and retire, which I don't think that's going to happen.
Why don't you think that's gonna happen?
But a lot of people are saying that Lakers are the big landing spot for Giannis, though.
Yeah, reports came out. We talked about this yesterday. Reports came out that Luka said he told the Lakers organization that he wants to keep Austin Reeves, and he wants them to do everything they can to get Giannis. So that means he wants LeBron up out there.
Yep, that's the only. I mean, can you really be mad at Luka though? I mean, LeBron. I mean, father time is father time. Us millennials and older guys gonna always, got our love for LeBron. Not every millennial got their love for LeBron. All the older fans, but we got to be real. A younger team, a younger superstar, they're going to want to build their team around the young, up-and-coming people that they feel they can win the championship with. I think LeBron did his thing in the playoffs, but it just wasn't enough. They needed more weapons. They needed Luka on the floor. They needed a stronger bench. And, for LeBron to hear that, and if that's true, if those rumors are true, if I'm LeBron, I can't really be mad.
But I'll take LeBron back in Cleveland with James Harden, though.
Man, and that was one of the landing spots they was talking
about. I'll take him.
They were talking about that. A lot of people. I saw Kendrick Perkins on ESPN.
Because to me, I don't need LeBron to play every game. All the time. Take off some games. James Harden take off plenty of games. So I just need to take up some slack. Turn that little switch on every now and then.
Yeah, that was one of the spots.
Ain't gonna work, bro. That ain't gonna work, bro. LeBron, honestly, LeBron needs to go somewhere where there is a defensive presence. I know you got those big men, Evan Mobley and Jerry Allen, but it ain't enough money to go around, y'all. Think about that. LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, or are we talking about getting rid of Donovan Mitchell?
Man, I don't even know about that.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody got to go, because that's too much. I mean, unless LeBron's just going to take a big pay cut and just play for nothing.
LeBron ain't going to do that, though. LeBron taking his money
is
all
LeBron
the time.
Taking Bronny with him? Is Bron taking Bronny? He ain't taking no pay cuts. He ain't taking no pay cuts.
Leave Bronny in L.A., man. Let's try to figure it out. Ain't no reason to take Bronny. Why you going to take Bronny with you?
You got him in the league, but I'm just saying, it's not like LeBron to take a pay cut. So you're going to have to shuffle
you ain't never heard him do it.
You're going to have to shuffle something around to get him in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you heard they want to get rid of Joel Embiid in Philly.
I didn't hear the moves they was trying to make. Did they have a specific place they was trying to do a deal with, or?
No, it was just the thought that was put out because, of course, everybody was upset in Philly that the Embiid couldn't stay on the floor, right? During the playoffs. But during the last press conference after they lost and were put out, Joel addressed it and was like, I don't know what's going to happen. If I'm here, if I'm not, it don't matter, whatever. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, and I see somebody from their front office just got let go as well there in Philly.
Yes, Daryl Morey. That's the guy who mortgaged his whole future on Harden in Houston. Mm-hmm. And also brought Harden to Philly and got rid of Harden. So yeah, his whole shit was he was kind of like the Mike D'Antoni version of a GM.
Yeah, so, he be all in. Defense. He went all in on Harden and the chips. The chips ain't hit basically. Mm-hmm. But I mean, to me, get Embiid up out of there. He did what he needed to do. The process didn't end up doing what it did with Ben Simmons. They got as far as they pretty much could. His body is declining. He's a presence still on the floor, but he's not worth the money. So Philly just needs to revamp. They got Edgecombe there. They got some youth there. They got a nice up and coming rookie. He had a pretty good season. So it's just time to
my
rebuild.
bad. They did get rid of Jared McCain and literally gave Jared McCain to the OKC Thunder, bro. And it's like that's another reason why Daryl Morey got fired.
Man,
you
I bet
gave
the
up
NBA
a lottery
hate him for that.
for nothing. For nothing.
Terrible.
Joel Embiid, he kind of like hard to me too. He really hadn't did really nothing since he been in the league. He been hyped, but he really hadn't been like to no finals or no semifinals or. I really hadn't seen him show up that much.
Can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great. I mean, his MVP season. Well, I'll tip my hat for his MVP season that he did win MVP. He's had his flashes of being a real great, being a superstar and all that. But when you can't stay healthy in pro sports, I mean, you just become a mediocre version of yourself, and then there's going to be people that are going to surpass you. And I think this picture right here is a great symbol of that. I'm not saying that he can't come in back and have some decent seasons, but when you cannot stay healthy, we look at a T-Mac, we look at a Brandon Roy, we look at Grant Hill, we look at so many players, D Rose, like the list goes on of the players that were great on the floor and had terrific seasons, but once they got those injuries, they became decent players. They were still okay, but were not superstars. They were not people that were going to take your team over the top, and they weren't going to win you no championships. And in my opinion, that's where Joel Embiid is at this point in his career.
And it's hard to go from a superstar to a regular guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got Joel Embiid who has to, this year, we all saw it. He had to get a team to Tyrese Maxey. This Maxey came out.
Have to. I mean, when that body just isn't, your body is who you are in pro sports. So once it's not what it used to be, you're not going to be who you were as a player.
And then it's hard. On them big men, Like, you look at Patrick Ewing, like, I heard you throwing that name. Like, you look at Hakeem Olajuwon, go way back then. Them boys had on them knee brace because it was hard on them knees,
Mm-hmm.
In them leagues. There's a lot of wear and tear in them, man. They be playing ball all summer, all their life playing ball.
All their life, yeah.
Like, you get to the league, you at the end of the road. Like, you hoping to make a couple of seasons, good seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why if you play over 10 years and all that, and you're still, you still wanted by a lot of teams, that means, hey man, your body done held up. Because most people's bodies don't hold up. There's only been 5,000 players ever in the NBA, and a good percentage of them didn't play more than 4 or 5 years, and then another good percentage of them were all injured. So.
And a large percentage of those guys walking real funny right now. You mentioned a Patrick Ewing or, these guys walk like, Frankenstein right now.
So, and then too, I just feel like, I feel like everybody don't condition like LeBron. I'm just putting him up and saying like he's like when it comes to conditioning. Everybody don't have that same discipline. Look at Luka. They questioning Luka conditioning.
Oh yeah.
Like you gotta be like a strong-minded person to get all that money and just go all out on conditioning so you can be ready for every season till you 41, 42 years old.
Hey, fact, you just said some real, boy, because we know people personally. Man, you get them $10,000, they start calling off work. I'm calling off tomorrow. I get $10,000. It's like, bro, that ain't no money, bro.
Motherfucker get income tax and call off.
You know what I'm saying? So It is something for somebody to get that much money, that much influence, and still putting in that much work.
Yeah.
So, and that's what Joel got to do. But you said something else. LeBron, yes. LeBron is the he's the exception, not the rule. But what about somebody like a Yao Ming? Yao Ming, what could he have done to stay in the league longer? Because he can't help his feet. Just he's too big of a human to support the weight on those feet. So his feet kept breaking. So what could he have done?
Well, there ain't really nothing he could have really have. I mean, there's a stat. That's why if Wemby ends up playing a long time, he's basically going to be like the only player over like I think 7'2", 7'3" to play like what I forget the amount of years, but most players that get to a certain height, they don't play over a certain amount of years. So it's really nothing somebody like Yao Ming could have did because the odds are against them. The probabilities is against them. The human body at that height just can't stay together when you're running up and down a court. Night in, night out, 80 plus some games, playoff games. Those bodies aren't meant to sustain that much punishment. So I don't think there's really too much he could have done. And you also got to realize, he played in the early 2000s and how far a lot of this, sports medicine has come. A lot of this sports medicine and the trainers, a lot of that has developed a lot more, since, the last 25 plus years since Yao Ming been in the league. So maybe if he played today like many other guys, maybe they would have a prolonged career, maybe. But once again, we still see a lot of these guys breaking, tearing their meniscus and their Achilles, and we seeing that too. And some of these players aren't the biggest guys. They just, the Jason Tatum just did it last year. You had just did it here on Minnesota. So also, it's a lot of other things too. Even now, even though that the technology and stuff is better, dudes are still getting hurt. So,
and also, the thing is, back when Yao Ming was playing, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, them guys weren't taking off games. Them guys were playing, every game that they was available. Them guys were sitting out games just because they were trying to reserve.
Load management wasn't invented yet. Load management wasn't invented.
So like, it was a different kind of wear and tear on them boys because when they just out, they had to go. And I say that because I feel like if he would have been able to take off certain games, then he could probably could have lasted longer.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right about load management. That's for sure. Because you weren't looked at like you about to sit out. They're probably looking at you crazy back in the day, talking about you about to sit out.
That's cool for a dude who's 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", but 7'5", yeah, he needs to sit out, bro. He can't run down this court 82 games, bro. Then 20 games in the playoffs, you can't do it, bro. Yeah. You said it. It's the human body. These are superhumans. We look at them on TV and we think they regular size. These superhumans.
Yeah.
you see one of these motherfuckers at the gas station, bro. This motherfucker's huge.
Yeah, fast.
So, but yeah, that goes back into as a NBA player, you can't get mad at these guys for going to get the money. Ben Simmons, of course, nobody respects him professionally, but man, you went and got the money. You maximize your earning potential during that time, and you went and got it. So we know we had the NBA's draft combine here recently. It was right before Game 5, I believe. Yeah. Man, the word out with these guys is, well, let's start with your boy Darren Peterson.
Yeah, from Kansas.
From Kansas. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm a point guard. I'm the best when I have the ball in my hands. So, brother, that means you're going to a sorry team because you can't just come in. You're going to have to fit into a system when you get to the NBA. Yeah, you were better than everybody else in college. You talked about that last show. No, you better than everybody in high school and in college. Yeah, that's cool. But, bro, it ain't going to be like that. Like, so these guys are getting a lot of backlash for that. And Dylan Brooks came behind this guy. He said, well, don't let me guard you. man, I'm gonna welcome you to the league. And
Yeah.
of course, Dylan Brooks is always in some shit. We saw him at game 4 of the Lakers series, trolling LeBron, then celebrating with SGA after the game. But yeah, he chimed in on these guys at the draft combine. What are y'all thoughts about Darren Peterson saying, "I'm a point guard. I want to have the ball in my hands"?
Yeah, there's no problem with it. It's just, once again, when you say stuff like that, that's real direct. Be ready for the veterans like Dylan Brooks and many other guys to be ready to welcome you to the NBA. Be ready for coaches to see if you really are about what you're talking about, putting you in certain positions. Be ready for just a lot of eyes on you. A lot of people trying to make it difficult for you, because people aren't trying to just make the game easy for you when you come into the NBA. It's a competitive game. So I don't have any problem with it. I think you're supposed to be confident and tell people that this is what you want to do and this is how you're going to do it. But just be ready for anything that comes your way. But also, if you know anything about him, his whole thing was analytics and get me out the game. He's really on like the SGA kind of time.
He took himself out the game, bro. In the middle of the game, bro, hit his point per game, and he said, "Hey, I'm out." So bro, the entitlement, bro, the arrogance, bro. Yeah, you are a great player, but you ain't even got to the NBA yet, bro. You guys, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a problem waiting to happen. He can sound like he uncoachable. I really don't know the guy, but just hearing about him, hearing the details, I feel like he just uncoachable. He got a bad attitude already. And he got that Travis Hunter mentality. He gonna tell him what he want to do, and then sometimes you have to let people do what they want to do, just so they can see that they ain't that.
Yeah, but he kind of is that. But in the NBA, are you looking for a damn scoring point guard? Your point guard is setting everybody else up. Yeah, you got the ball in your hands, but unless you who's a scoring point guard recently? Who's the most recent scoring point guard we know
of? Probably SGA. Ain't SGA a point guard? SGA
is SGA a point guard? I guess so. I guess.
Yeah, SGA. You got what's it called in New York?
But SGA don't have the ball in his hands all the time. Okay, Jalen Brunson. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, so they're
but
there.
They took the ball out of Brunson's hands, though. No, they took the ball out of his hands for this series, and now Carl Anthony averaging 6, 7, 8 assists. Because Brunson don't really set nobody up. He is more of a scoring point guard. You're right.
Yeah. So he could find a home maybe, but that's the thing. You in the NBA with the best of the best. They're not gonna make it easy for you, and then you gotta fit into a system, like you're saying, boss man. You gotta fit into a system because every coach is just gonna roll with what you want to do because you think that's what it's supposed to be. That's just not how it goes. There's a lot of great talent that gets to the NBA and first round, first draft pick, second, third pick, and we don't hear from them again. So just be ready to more so play in the system than try to just go and take stuff over.
But if you say what you want and you go out and do what you want to do, they let you do what you want to do, and you're productive. They gotta let you do your thing. But if you go out there and look like a damn fool in the NBA and ain't being productive and turn the ball over, but that's a lot of work. I play ball. That's a lot of work. You got to bring the ball down the court. Then you got to create your own shot. That's a lot of work on a point guard.
And create shots for others.
Create shots for others.
Stop these ball hawking fucking NBA players with these long arms and long fingers from taking the ball from you.
Yeah, so that's a lot. And then the speed is way different than college.
You got 24 seconds.
We had a whole nother speed now. So it's a lot. So you got to know what you want. You got to go out there and prove it.
Yeah.
But the arrogance of this guy, he already had some stuff at Kansas. We already talked about that, where he's such a good player that, he kind of like just took himself out of a couple of games, and he just didn't play in a couple of games because even in the tournament, he was kind of, I don't know, man. It's a lot of red flags with this guy. But moving on to other draft combine news, we saw a tweet that came out. Noam, you alerted me to this, and the guy basically said these MFers at the NBA Combine, like, they really don't want to be there. NIL money done messed the game up. Don't seem like nobody hungry for that contract.
Yeah, I mean, kids are gonna be getting millions of dollars in college already, and you're getting told how great you are, how good you are, and that you got a spot. So they're getting to the Combine, and they're like, well, I mean, if anything, I'm going to get drafted here, or I'm going to get drafted there. Like, in their minds, they're already good to go. They don't really have to worry about, like I said, competing for the contract. But once again, that's not the mindset to have, because there's so many other people wanting your spot. There's so many people that want the spot. So you're going to see a lot of these kids that may come in with a high draft prospect, and they're looking like they're supposed to go at a certain level of the draft at a certain time in the draft. They might not end up going because they thought they already had their positions locked in from already, being told they're so good. They're already getting the jewelry. They're already getting the cars. They're already getting the females. So
what was that recent guy who came out of Duke with Zion and all those guys? Cam what
Reddish?
was his name? Cam Reddish. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was supposed to be right along with RJ Barrett and Zion, and he got to the league, and it was different. It's different, bro. And this guy was, if you talk to anybody before this, he was better than both of them. He was higher ranked than both of them. Yeah. And he was 6'8", 6'9" with ball handles, so he had tools. He still can play. I don't think he's in the league. He definitely can go play somewhere else because he's still in his 20s, basically. But that just goes to show that everybody don't make it, bro. So the entitlement is one thing, but also, like this tweet is saying, the NIL money. True, man. We just talked about money changes people's habits. Money changes how you feel. Money changes a lot.
Yeah.
But if you know what you want, and if you on this path to, going wherever, and who knows, these kids got a lot of directions to go. But man, it's hard. Go ahead, no.
And also, I think, like, even with the AJ Basta.
Basta.
He went to
BYU.
They ended up paying him that big money out there in Utah. The Mormons threw that bag at him. He went out there. He had a pretty decent, he had a decent season out there with him. He did okay. But
got kicked out the tournament early.
Yeah, they got booted out of the tournament early. But the Wizards ended up getting the number one draft. We learned that over this week that the Wizards are going to be getting the number one spot. And a lot of people feeling like he might be trying to tank his position and not get drafted by the Wizards because he wasn't looking too sharp in the Combine. I think production got that video.
No, he ain't trying. He ain't trying, no.
Just throwing it up there.
But they put the camera in his face at the Combine. He was mad, bro. When they announced that the Washington Wizards got the number one pick, he put the camera in AJ Bummer's face, and he did not look happy. Yeah. So that further illustrates the reason people are saying that he's trying to tank his own draft stock right now because he don't want to go to Washington and Utah, which would be the perfect landing spot. You tell me if this is true though, no. I heard that Washington said that they wanted to trade out of the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I didn't hear about any of that. But hey, I won't be surprised. You know, crazier things have happened. He might get his wish. If people keep hearing that he doesn't want to go there, maybe the Wizards might not even pick him up, or might, like you say, trade out of the number 1 spot. So we'll see. You know.
Yeah, the Wizards don't want that kind of smoke. They don't want that kind of fire because in the past, you know, they picked John Wall.
Yeah.
And they had another number 1 pick. But neither one of them panned out too well. Oh, Antoine Jameson. But, you know, and he was a good player. He was a good player. But the Wizards, it would make sense for them to go ahead and trade on out of there because I don't want you coming to my team if you don't want to come, motherfucker. Like, for real. These are millions of dollars I got to pay you. And if you don't want to be in the city, you know, it don't matter where you're going. You're going to make the same money. So, I guess this guy's angling to stay in Utah. First black dude who's trying to stay in Utah. I don't know what they got. NBA young boy, love Utah. AJ DeBonster, BYU trying to get to the Jazz of all places. We saw last year, old boy didn't want to go to Utah. Ace Bailey.
Yeah.
Ace Bailey did not want to go to Utah. He's like, hell no. But Utah stuck to their guns and still drafted him. Now let's see if Washington gonna do the same because DeBonster does not want to go there.
No, he doesn't. I mean, like you said, they zoomed in on his face during that lottery pick, and they showed his face. That man didn't like it. He didn't want to go there. And hey, if I'm the Washington Wizards, I want to bring somebody in that wants to play. I want the chemistry to be somewhat decent, so I can at least try to give myself a chance to get into the playoffs come next year. You know.
Yeah, these new kids.
Some extra.
These new kids, they want instant gratification. They want to come in and get a ring the first year, you know, go play with all the superstars, you know. Back in the day, you know, it was never a problem when you got drafted like that because guys understood that they had to build around them and, you know, it took a couple of years to get a good program, you know. And I think guys going back to the Chicago Bull days, I seen guys riding the bench, never even got in the game, but they were happy to win championship. Just, you know, it was just like they selfish now. You know, that's how I see it. Like, bro, and I'd be happy to get in the NBA. You know, they want to go pick the team they want to play with.
Yeah.
Well, you talked about the game evolving, and you know, with the evolving of the game, players gonna end up on market share. I mean, not market share, but they're gonna end up on equity. You know what I'm saying? We saw who was that? The football player talking about he was trying to. Caleb Williams was trying to negotiate fucking equity in the team. So the lines are being pushed. Who knows what we might be in another, you know, little while.
Well, I thank y'all guys for having me on tonight, man. I gotta go, but I appreciate y'all for inviting me, man, and I enjoyed the show.
Already, for sure. We're going to leave it there. Until next time right here, y'all catch us on the Game Changers Podcast, TGC Podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.